I will unashamedly and unabashedly say then that I'm level 42.
Woo! Class playing.
I am a demon hunter named Varus.
Yeah, I love that shuriken thing that they have. It's like amazing, and it
Oh
makes
my
no
God.
sense from a physics perspective.
For
That's
sure.
why I like it.
Yeah, let's just do figure eights. Physics works like that, right?
Look, it should like go in one direction. It shouldn't like go and then come back and then go more forward. I'm like, what is this? I don't get it.
Eh.
It's awesome. I've been watching like all kinds of streams for it. That's what I've been
Mhm.
doing while I can't play games. I've been playing console games
Inferno streams
and
are ridiculous.
watching streams.
So
You gonna stream
ridiculous.
any E3?
Me? No, my internet. Streaming it plus playing it? I don't know. There's massive lag at Diablo 3. It's really
Aw.
annoying, so.
Sad face.
Yeah, but that's alright. We got ourselves a League of Legends tournament, and, you know, I busted my hump all day doing yard work so that my wife could let me have the evening, and then the Riot servers go down. But I'm very happy that they're up. We're an hour behind schedule, no problem. But, semifinals, line defense versus death to Llamas. What do you got for picks and bans here, dude?
Well, looking at line of fence right here, we have them banning Lulu, Rammus, and Wukong. Lulu's definitely a bannable champ. However, maybe not so much in the sense that you would ban her like every single game, but if you're going up against a team where you know they've got players that have a decent head to play Lulu with, then you should probably really ban Lulu. So I'd assume that there's someone over on Death to Llamas that plays a good Lulu, so they're gonna go ahead and ban Lulu. And they got Rammus, Rammus is still really tanky, really mobile. Wukong is tanky, really good for tower diving, can put out some good damage. And over on the other end, Death to Llamas opted ban Caston, who's extremely mobile, has some good burst with the Rift Walk, and if he builds tanky and you ignore him, he'll just keep stacking Rift Walk on your team until everyone dies. Jax, who's Jax. He's got the stun, the counterattack, good damage. And Urgot, who's an excellent bottom lane with very long range. For picks, line offense is going to take Yorick, because Yorick was not banned. Yorick's an excellent bottom lane champ. Looks like on the other end, Death Llamas is opting to go for Alistar and Skarner. I'm really happy to see some Skarner. And it's half-hearted playing Skarner. He's like the only guy I feel like I see play Skarner. Just having a conversation with some friends the other day about his Skarner play.
I've seen Skarner in like solo queue or like queuing up with friends, but yeah, he's a few and far between here in the DominateDominion area. Now Zaber in the chat said in before bottom cow. So what are the possibilities that we're having an Alistar bot?
I have no idea. I'm not familiar enough with it to be able to tell. So there's almost 100 champions in the game. And so many different builds and positions you can play them. There are some things that just simply escape me. That's one of them. So maybe I'll learn something new. Looks like we got a Pantheon and Warwick on the other side. Pantheon's just a good all-around champ. He tends to live for quite a while. He's got a stun. The theme of Dominion is, can you live? So if the answer to that question is yes, then you continue making your champion choice. If the answer is no, the next question is, can you make yourself live? If the answer is yes, you continue playing. If the answer is no, is it, can your team make you live? If the answer to that is yes, then you play Kog'Maw and kill everybody. I think that's what Valandum's going for. He's got a Shen on his team, he's got a Skarner and Alistar. Both, all three of those are champs that can play with a lot of hit points and be very disruptive to keep enemy champions away from Cog. Cog can throw out a lot of damage. And we got Varus and Ryze. Apparently they like Varus.
Zaber
was
was saying, I think a little bit earlier, that he just wants to run Varus. He loves Varus. He did an excellent job of dealing with Evelynn last round. He really responded well to the situation, got himself that Hex deck, sacrificed his damage, didn't matter, kept her off the points, won the game. Very convincing fashion. This round probably doesn't have to deal with that, which means he can go more AD oriented, but we saw TheFeedski do good work with him as well, although I would have to say you're going to have to pry a Pantheon from his cold dead fingers before he ever gave it up, so...
Yep, we're going to see who this final pick is going to be here. Olaf. it looks like.
Ooh, we were just talking about him, weren't we?
Yes, we were. I'm a big fan of Olaf because of his ability to just all of a sudden there's damage, and you just can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And I think that is a very good response to the overall meta of Dominion, in which it's, can you live? If no, can you make yourself live? If no, can your team make you live? Olaf makes people die. Okay, like what's armor, magic resist? Don't worry about it. No, you don't have to bring any. It's fine. I've got true damage. Okay, it'll just weigh down your car on the trip. It'll ruin your gas mileage. Just bring some damage. That's the way Olaf operates.
He brings the
Hopefully
pain.
we'll be able to see some of that.
He brings the lightning. He makes it rain pain. That is what
Yep.
Olaf does. Plus, he's a Viking. Who doesn't like Vikings? Seriously.
The Native Americans.
Okay, fine. If they invaded you, you might not like Vikings. This day and age, I think a lot of people like Vikings, so no problem. We're just waiting for the timers here to tick down, guys. Waiting for the picks to get solidified. It does look like Sauron's going to be heading bot with that Yorick. What do you think is going to be the response here from Death to Llamas? I'm thinking Skarner, and people were saying, they want to get that battle cow down there.
Skarner's what I would guess, but people are talking about, like Cowtown downtown. I don't know. Maybe there's something to that.
Cowtown downtown.
Yeah.
5 Guys, burgers and fries. That bottom lane, boys.
They just built one of those like 3 miles from me. I'm so happy.
You know what? I just went and passed one here in Canada. I was like, what? What is this? Yeah, there's one in my in the big town right beside mine. I was like,
wow.
I've only ever seen those in American airports, but now apparently they're in Canada. So
cool.
5 Guys, burgers and fries. I've never been there, not endorsing them, but I hear good things. Now, back to the game. 10 revives on the table as per normal. Olaf running Ignite. Targeted at maybe Warwick, targeted maybe at Yorick, maybe at Rise. There's a lot of lifesteal potentials here.
Yeah, it definitely works well against any of those champions because of their sort of innate ability to just live longer, and Ignite really helps cut that down. I'm still constantly amused by the balance of summoner spells, because out of maybe there's, a dozen summoner spells, one team only has 2 of them across the whole team. So it's Exhaust and Revive. And then over on the other side, we've got a couple Garrisons, a couple Revives. Well, okay, 5 Revives, 2 Garrison, 2 Exhaust, and then Ignite, which is probably targeted. I'd say your assumption is correct. Those 2 Garrisons are on both their tankiest champs, so those are probably going to be your designated divers. So
This is your designated diver. Please do not get lost in the school of fish.
yep, that's your DD for the evening.
I like that.
And someone once asked about Ghost a while, and it's been a little bit since I've explained that. So for anyone who's new to Dominion and is curious, Ghost is a very, very good spell to take if you're really selfish and just really want to help yourself out, because the reason that you take Exhaust is Exhaust benefits your whole team, okay? And it also makes one target ineffective against your whole team. So you put Exhaust on a target, that one target is now dealing less damage to your entire team. And your entire team, if they have the mastery for it, does a little bit more damage to that target. So Ghost, on the other hand, only helps you, only helps one person, whereas the Exhaust is beneficial to multiple people. That's why it's such a good idea to take it. Also, the amount of speed increase that you get from Ghost is sort of a smaller bonus / advantage, compared to the significant disadvantage that the Exhaust puts an opponent at. The change in stats from having that Exhaust put on you, the way that your damage and your everything just plummets significantly outweighs the amount of benefit that you gain from taking Ghost. So that's why it's a better idea to have Exhaust over Ghost. I used to run Exhaust and Ghost until I had to replace Ghost with Revive. Revive gives you a little speed boost if you talent for it. Well, and just in general, you talent for it, you get something cool. And it gives you that health too, which is pretty nice. And that health is probably, I think, the most underrated thing about it. But at the load screen here, on the top end, we have line offense. Sauron playing Yorick, TheFeedski playing Pantheon, Oni Snake playing as what? Warwick. It doesn't even say Warwick, it just says Earth the Manatee. Necrogen playing Triumphant Rise. At least I'm paying attention. I almost failed that test,
I was like, is he gonna say? Is he gonna say? Is he gonna say?
Saber's playing as Varus. I am one half of your casting duo today. I am Gandair. Casting with me is
the jovial FourCourtJester. We're gonna jump right into the game. Goodbye, music. You can just be silenced for now. Yeah, that skin is definitely the best. Midnight, who's 3 a.m. from Europe watching us. So props to you guys out there watching the live stream here at DominateDominion number 5 semi-finals. Line defense, so eloquently put by Mr. Gandair, up against the death to Llamas. So let's check out who we're running. Your mama's llama, who could very much potentially be going bottom. He's in that position. We're going to see ourselves a little bit of an Alistar. Yeah, half-hearted with that Skarner, looks to be going top with Vastashio Tactics on a Shen. Very tanky lineup thus far. What's that? Kog'Maw? Yeah, Glass Cannon, no problem. Volandum, and he is going to be rocking. I have to say, he's going to be rocking an AP Kog'Maw. I'm looking at his runes. It's 15% spell pen with 11% cooldown. Yeah. And that leaves us with an Olaf who's just going to be making it rain the Bane, VNAC.
Yep, and it looks like whoever made that call was right. It is downtown Cowtown. Your mama's llama is going to take that Alistar. He's going to go down to the bottom there. And he's going to be fighting with Sauron. And I'm thinking you go a little bit of early AP, maybe a Rod of Ages on that Alistar. Get that heal. Be able to completely ignore the harass from Yorick. Does that work? Am I crazy? Am I making things up? We will see as both teams head up towards the windmill.
Personally, I don't see Alistar working, but I've forever and again been really impressed with the different stuff that Alistar players can come up with. FeedSki going balls deep and losing majority of his hit points and the first blood as he drops to this three-man gank. He does revive immediately as Vastashio Tacticus is going to get shut down by that Warwick. Actually, Rise picking him up, but the double kill for Rise as Necrogen finally does go down. Revive's going to be coming out. Nobody's even touched this point. It just erupted into fighting right underneath.
Yeah, when FeedSki made that dive, the fighting broke out right there in the middle of the street. Volandum getting chased away by Oni Snake. Oni Snake now going to go for the tower. Half hard getting the bad end of the arrow there. Vanak dives in. He's got a lot of hit points. He can make that move, but his hit points are going to drop immediately. Oh, Volandum in a bad spot. Gets caught by Pantheon immediately. Vanak picks a fight with Oni Snake, slowly winning it, but Rise comes to back him up and takes him down. Half-Hard now trying to retreat from the FeedSki, and Vastashio Tactics now by himself to try and delay the capture of this point by line of fence.
Yeah, it's not gonna, he's in fact gonna try to go and save Half-Hearted, but FeedSki is relentless. Here comes that revive cog. FeedSki now has to be on the defensive, but Sauron down south during all this confusion was able to chow down on a burger as Alistar did drop, so it's a 0-1 score right there, and so far that Alistar not working, but check that out. Has himself an old magic mantle, which confuses the hell out of me. Doesn't Sauron have all physical damage?
I don't know enough about Yorick. Tell maybe the ghouls do magic when they spawn, then do physical later? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Fine, cool. Whatever. He wants to run that resist. We're going to have to see what he wants to do. He's actually, Sauron battling against this point.
Yeah, you know, Yorick not so good at AoE. You get that creep wave pushed up like just happened there, and you're going to have to get forced away. Your mama's llama's getting chased by 3 members of the team. Nope, FeedSki really extended there. Vastashio Tactics catching him as he gets towards the bushes. And has to retreat there. Vanak coming in from behind with the Storm Shield, wants to swing on Sauron, and is going to back out, waiting for his cooldowns to come up before coming back in and re-engaging. And now we've got 4v3 down here at the bottom, while Rise and Skarner kind of duel with each other up top. And Sauron looks like he's going to be the first one to fall in this fight. Skews the fight a little bit to 4v2 now. FeedSki getting chased back. Sauron comes back with the revive now, back into the fight, trying to get your mama's llama down. And Vastashio Tactics and Zabers, it looks like Zabers is going to get killed off there. And Vastashio just, like, barely getting out of there, using the ultimate there for a little bit of a shield. He gets picked off, and now, with the revives and the short distance to come back from the summoner platform, it looks like Line of Fence is going to be able to secure their point again, finally.
Yeah, that's quite a little bit of a drawn-out battle down south. Necrogen, however, able to take this drill away from Team Red, and that means that Death to Llamas are going to be a little bit on the defensive. I mean, they're in a very possible 5-cap situation, but there we go. Garrison going out. That must have been coming out of... Who had the Garrison?
Came from
yeah.
Mama's Llama.
Right.
Came from Alistar.
Yep.
And Mustachio Tactics going down over by the drill. As we got another engagement over there. Half-Hard getting chased away from the point. Oni Snake now having to deal with Valandum and Vanak. Creep's not quite up to that tower. Valandum taking some hits from that tower. And Oni Snake now swiping at Vanak there, but he's taking a little bit of that damage in return. Trying to delay this for as long as he can, but slowly losing the point there. And it's only a matter of time. Half-Hard now comes back. And I'm sure that they're going to dive this any moment here. Pistachio Tactics now. We got Varus just a little bit way displaced from the point, and Oni Snake is going to go ahead and back on out of there.
Now again,
Saber's going to go for a little bit of a delay.
That bottom lane, man, that cow is not faring that well. He's 1-3-1. He just did die to that gank. In fact, Vanak is going to have to come down here and try to cover for him. He's going to go toe-to-toe a little bit with Sauron, but 2-on-1, especially with FeedSki on that Pantheon, it's just too much, and he does drop. Now, if you got Saber going to be trying to play a little bit of interference, does have that storm buff, so he will be able to delay this. We did get the neutral going as Pistachio. I don't know how he got down there, but that was a terrible idea going 2-on-1. Saber Z still playing interference. He's trying to use that storm shield just to really keep people off the point. We did not get the point for blue, but we were able to nullify it, and that puts us at a 3-1 situation.
Yep, and a big overcommitment in bottom and a little bit of a misstep top leads Warwick to being able to neutral and almost capture the drill. And wow, there we go. A little bit of violence down there for Death to Llamas, losing 2 people there. Line Offense is going to get a couple of kills and get that point, securing the windmill now. And now Half-Hearted with that revive run around across the map. He looks like he's going to come up here and try and help Vanak with Oni Snake. Vanak and Oni Snake fighting it out, and Oni Snake getting chased away now by the Skarner there, and he's going to have to back off. And people messaged me on Skype, I can't click my mini-map, guys, cut it out! Half-Hard catching Zabers over here by the Speed Shrine.
Yeah, Oni Snake, however, is going to come up here, defend the point up against Vanak. Vanak maybe going for the kill! Oh, that was probably a bad idea. Here goes FeedSki with the ultimate. Would have landed right on top of Olaf regardless. Pistachio Tactics, however, is going to be dropping as well for a quick 2-0 exchange as Oni Snake pulls off quite the defense on that top windmill.
Now Necrogen and FeedSki are moving over towards the drill right now. The bottom point still secured down there. Sauron and your mama's llama fighting it out. Necrogen getting chased away by the combination of Cog and Skarner there. And Line Offense applying a huge amount of pressure here. The Death Llamas team is not really able to push out at all. FeedSki down bottom getting pushed back over to that point. Pistachio Tactics, a lot of damage going down on him. He's going to retreat back to his summoner platform. Vanak forced out of there also, fighting on almost the steps that themselves there. Necrogen trying to get a little damage on Valandum, keeping them pinned down. Skarner going for the top up at Windmill, but it looks like Oni Snake is going to be able to go up there and intercept him.
Tried to get down here quick enough, but I did miss the kill over there from FeedSki. Yeah, Oni Snake should be able to handle a Skarner at this point. I mean, at a 476 to 197 with a Warwick up 106, he has more than enough armor to really repel Skarner. But as I say that, he's kind of failing my whole analysis here as he's not looking so good. Oni Snake goes in for the kill, Half-Hearted. Oh, I think he's going to have the creep wave on his side, and yeah, this point is definitely going to go to red, but it does not matter. It's still a 3-2 split as line defense needs to really defend this bottom lane.
Looks like it's quickly going to become a 3-2 in the opposite direction unless Zabers can really delay this point here. He does a pretty good job of doing it right now, keeping it defended. But no, he's going to go ahead and he's going to fall back from there, and they're going to let them have that and turn it back around later. Sauron catching your mama's llama in the jungle over here, putting some damage on him and chasing him around, but too close to Valandum over there. Sauron decides to back off and approach from a different direction, while Necrogen's Rise goes up to the windmill to take it back for line offense.
FeedSki is going to get pulled there by the Scorpion, and now as a 4-on-1 he does drop, so good delay tactics, and now this is going to be putting us up at a 4 versus 2 scenario in the top, but it does look like Shen going bottom because Oni Snake is down here with the surprise, I'm at your point, as your mama's llama just could not get back here fast enough, and now with a 2-on-2 situation and the cap is down, your mama's llama, even with that ultimate, is not going to be getting out of this one.
No, he is not. He gets taken down there by Oni Snake and Sauron. Pistachio Tactics now trying to delay this point, but I haven't seen a Shen take damage like that in a little while. He's getting forced back to his platform. Sauron don't stand in that. Good job. And Half-Heart over here in the middle of the map, kind of walking back and forth like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm just a Scorpion. And he's about to be in a sandwich if he doesn't get on out of there.
I don't know. Necro can get up to him. He's actually playing this really smart, not going to be landing into the Rise trap, and he should be able to get away from FeedSki at this point. So, you know, he does have enough armor to just kind of survive that initial burst and still not be in a terrible situation. However, down here, as you did say, Shen looking very squishy, taking some extreme amounts of damage as Vanak is about to get destroyed, and down he does go. The Techno Viking putting down that guitar for a little bit. Your Mama's Llama now even going to get pushed back, as I really don't think this COG has actually started delivering exactly what they need him to. You know, that glass cannon in the back. He is 1-2-4. He is going, well, it looks more like cooldowns than anything. It is, pretty sure it's an AP COG, though.
Especially with the Haunting Guys and the Sorcerer's Shoes. You wouldn't commit that heavily to it if you weren't going AP. And we got Half-Heart getting caught over here. The Oni Snake, Warwick ult catches him, and now pushing Pistachio Tactics up underneath the drill as he gets drilled by Pantheon, is chased away from there. Oni Snake standing behind to cap while his teammates zone COG away from him. Zaber's over here on the side. COG just barely getting the ult and having to force him back there a little bit, and it looks like they are able to get the neutral. Maybe gonna get that cap. Maybe line of fence to go for the 5 cap here. I'm not sure. The top point is neutral also.
Yeah, I just noticed that there's a big creep here just working away on us. Almost was a free point for death to Llamas, but this bottom lane has definitely been a lot of trouble for them. I mean, they have not consistently really been winning this bottom lane, as this bottom cow, you know, something that apparently was supposed to be feared out of Legends, just was not working out. I saw Pantheon ultimate coming down here. He's going to be able to grab a little bit of beef, stops the cap, as Oni Snake should be able to get this top tower. Nope, he gets interrupted by the COG, as well as Pistachio Tactics now comes up as well. Necrogen is going to be dropping to this pressure, but at the same time, FeedSki goes clutch in the bottom lane. He's going to be able to pick up this point. Oh, no, there's a revive. I see you, Battle Cow. It's not going to matter. 2-1 points with a lot of neutrals. Oh, they stop it. 437-4.
Yeah, if they can... They're going to have to do a significant amount of work to cover up a deficit like this, but we have seen it before in games. FeedSki getting punted away by your Mama's Llama there. Sauron and Valandum now over here having to fight off, and Valandum just hasn't gotten to a point where he's really able to build that AP and really start being able to deliver a significant amount of damage there.
Nope.
FeedSki's still low on hit points, but high on stun, I assure you. And Zaber's now catching a lot of damage on Valandum. There we go, unloading on him, getting him... wrapped up in whatever that was. It looked like some root of some kind. I don't know his abilities. I apologize. Oni Snake coming down to the fight now. Mama's Llama very low on hit points, getting beat up by ghouls. And FeedSki, there we go. Just like I said, he still had that stun. The Knack getting exhausted there. He's going to take down FeedSki. And Half-Heart now is the last defender down here at the bottom point. Nope, Valandum has come back. I see Revive up on him. And Pistachio Tactics now dashes through, kiting back and forth down here at the bottom lane. Zabers is... from the great beyond, from Sauron's ultimate, and Necrogen's going to take that top point, and the game is going to end.
Yeah, that bottom point was really the point of contention, because if they had lost it, they would have lost the game, and they did. So, yeah, I mean, your Mama's Llama now in the chat saying, you know, the cow, it worked better than he thought. He was able to push the lane a lot, but... constant ganks. I mean, there's no way for an Alistar to get out of a lot of constant pressure like that. So ultimately, they did lose those bottom lanes, you know, more into the mid-late game. Unfortunate, but line defense showing very strong teamwork and very strong picks. Varus, you know, really being played out by Zaber Z very well.
Yeah, I hadn't seen too much from Varus, but Varus seems to be able to put out some pretty competitive damage, and he has good range too. So he's got a lot of
It's like the new COG.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And Alistar bottom lane really didn't seem to work too well.
It worked out well early, but that's about it.
Yeah, it seemed to fall off very, very quickly.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Alright, so semifinals now in the bag. Does look like line defense is going all the way to the finals. And you know what? I haven't really seen too much from the blind pick bandits. Are they in this tournament today?
Maybe. I can't check the bracket at the moment. I will momentarily, though.
Well, because I have seen Mike and Eulalia's obviously been, you know, sitting around playing games. I still can't spectate your games, Mike and Eulalia. Grrr. Otherwise, I'd jump.
Oh yeah,
into
they're on the opposite side of the bracket.
Because I would definitely jump into that, but apparently I can't. So it's unfortunate. Which means I guess we got to wait for the results to come in before we can jump into the finals, guys. So, you know, let's talk. Let's talk to your mama's llama about that battle cow in the chat. And, you know, when we get a next game rolling, we will let you know. So don't go anywhere. Finals coming up next here. Dominate Dominion number 5.